Of course, you were in the ring for the infamous Kurt Angle, Daniel Puder incident. I recently interviewed Daniel Puder about it.
Yeah.
What's your version of the events that night?
Yeah, I saw the interview, by the way. Good job. I really enjoyed it, but he got one thing a little bit wrong. Okay, I'll try to start from the beginning, but they had the guys do all these competitions throughout the day. They're trying to blow up these guys completely, like making them run wind sprints up the ramp and stuff like that, and eating plates of pasta and doing all this. And you got to give Daniel Puder credit. The guy was in shape. They just couldn't blow this guy up, so they did the contest in the ring, and um, I think it was Dan Rodemeyer was the guy who faced Kurt first, and
Yeah.
that didn't last very long because Kurt just tied him up with knots, and that was it. And to be fair to Kurt, and not disrespecting Daniel Puder at all, but Kurt was not 100% at that time. He had had issues with his neck and stuff like that. So that was over with, and we were done. And Charles and I are standing in the ring, and then Kurt walked over and laid out the challenge to everybody else, right? Which we thought, okay, he's just cutting his promo, doing his thing. And then Puder put his hand up. And I looked at Al Snow, who was in the ring, right? And Al looked at me and went, like Kurt's going to do what Kurt's going to do. So here comes Puder. He comes in the ring and they start going. And I'm thinking, okay, this is getting a little intense here. And contrary to popular opinion, nobody's talking to me in my earpiece. I think they're just as surprised as everybody else because this is going on. The only thing I heard was, Jimmy, what's going on? And I did the old, I don't know. He's going into business for himself here, And I'm not an MMA expert by any means. I don't profess to be. But when he put on what I later found out was known as a key lock, I knew that the move was not good. So I'm thinking in my head the whole time that this is going on, how do we end this without making our big star look bad? That's the only thing going through my head. How do we get out of this? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And when they fell and Kurt fell on top of Daniel Puder, even though Daniel had him in the key lock, it just popped in my head, count. So I counted 3, but upon further review, thinking back, I not thinking, they were having an amateur type contest. I could have just counted 1 because in amateur wrestling, that's all you have to do. But I was counting 3 regardless. This thing was going to end, even though Puder got his shoulder up after 2. I'm counting 3. I don't care. So
They
they
didn't
got
give
up.
you any amateur wrestling training as a referee before this, I assume, right?
No, I had done a little bit in high school way back when, but you're not thinking that right now. All you're thinking of is, how do we get out of this mess we just got ourselves into? So after I counted 3, Charles looked at me and nodded. I looked at Al Snow and he nodded. And, Kurt got in Puder's face and they had some words which I won't repeat here. They were a little non-PG, let's put it that way. And he told him, get the F out of my ring, and he got out. And Daniel showed him the respect. The guys went to the back. I walked back to Gorilla, and Gerald Briscoe, who was manning Gorilla, just looked at me, gave me a thumbs up as I walked by, and that was it. Nobody told me to count. I know some people think that I was told to count to 3. No, it was just a reactionary thing. And then as I'm walking in the back, Fit Finley stopped me and said, who told you to count? I said, nobody. I just did it. He says, well, good. So I got praise for getting us out of that situation. And it wasn't like I was looking for praise. I was just looking to get out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think WWE dropped the ball by not at least doing one match with those two to at least give Kurt the win back, if nothing else? Because fans still talk about that. I think it might be 15 years later now, or 16,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think there was an opportunity there to, do it in a working fashion. Like, that was, again, impromptu and not a work, so to speak. It was basically a shoot. So I think, again, in our world of professional wrestling, there is an opportunity, or sports entertainment, whatever you want to refer to it as, there was an opportunity there to have something with those two because, like you said, that was ingrained in people's minds, and even the people were saying, hey, you counted three, it wasn't three, he got his shoulder up. There's something there, you know. I think there was a little bit of a missed opportunity, but I think they were maybe concerned that Kurt would not be happy. And anyways, you're right though. I think they missed an opportunity there.
Because it seems like they paid him the 1 year 250 grand. You may as well at least have the match on Raw, even in 5 minutes, get it over with, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.